So many of us in the faith love to take action on our own timing. And whenever we face a challenge, rather than going to God, we start to rely on ourselves for those immediate answers. But since surrendering everything to the Lord and trusting Him in everything, putting everything in His hands, not only have I aligned with His greater purpose over my life, not mine, which I tried to figure out in my own timing, but He's also exalted me because I've exalted Him. This channel has gained so much more traction than I expected, and I'm grateful so much for you guys, but it goes to show what happens when you wait on Him, when you're willing to let go of things that are keeping you away from Him, distractions, and really just taking action and trying to find your own purpose and your own timing, thinking you're doing His will. So that is the main lesson that I learned, and I wanted to share a quick psalm with you. Psalm chapter 7, verse 14 says to wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and He shall strengthen your heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. So you have to trust His timing. And just because you're in a waiting season, it's not an excuse to do nothing. For me, the waiting season was only around a week long, but I went in with the mindset of, I'm willing to let go of everything. I'm willing to quit YouTube. Only a few videos back, that was my mindset of, I'm willing to give up YouTube. Let me just build my foundation on you and let go of everything else, because nothing else can satisfy. And so when you try to do it in your own timing, there's going to be a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, a lot of resistance, because we're not called to, take action out of worry and meet our own needs. Look at Matthew chapter 6. Jesus says that the birds are fed and the flowers are clothed without them having to do anything. I don't see a flower grinding 12 hours per day to try to, align with their purpose. And that was really the mistake. I'm speaking to myself here. That was the main mistake that I was making, for real. But imagine how much more important we are to God. So God knows that we have needs. Don't get me wrong, but it's a matter of surrendering it to Him, leaving all your cares, your worries, and anxieties at His feet, because He's much, much better at handling them. So true strength, and especially for young men who we're conditioned to just take action, to grind, which these things aren't inherently bad, but it has to be in God's timing and His will. There may be some things that He wants you to address and overcome, and there's no set time frame. It's really about surrendering it to Him, being guided by His Spirit to align with His timeline. Like, we can't step outside of the time frame and alignment of what the creator of this universe is trying to work through us and over His greater will. He's sovereign, we are not. We depend on Him, and we can't do anything outside of Him. I've tried multiple times, and every single time it's led to backsliding, to failure. And the biggest insight is that true strength and courage is not taking action in your own strength. Do not be deceived. It's through patience and waiting on Him, to be able to let go of all worldly attachments and focus on your foundation with Him. Matthew 6:33 says, seek His kingdom first and His righteousness. For me, it was righteousness. I wasn't living the way that I should as a Christian. Obviously, it's about relationship and not religion. But if you're not even reading your word, if you're not even praying to Him, if you're not even surrendering these desires, these worries, these concerns to Him, He won't, you got to get the basics down and not skip steps. So that's oftentimes why you might be called into a waiting season. And for me, Lord, I'm grateful that it wasn't in my flesh. This is my flesh speaking, but I'm grateful it didn't take too long. But at the same time, by His Spirit, His timing is perfect. So true strength is not taking action to try to meet our own needs and, operate our own timeline. It's by trusting in Him. And it's hard. It's hard in the flesh. It requires so much self-denial. But I'm telling you, it's only been a week and I cannot go back. Put it all in His hands, because He knows better. You know this, but the flesh sometimes gets in the way. So the real issue, I feel like, is learning to not rely on our own strengths, to not fix everything in our own strength, but to really lean on Him, to spend more time in prayer and fasting, and really just saying, Father, I'm stressed out. I have needs. I have needs, but I just want to give it to you and worship you and praise you in the meantime and really learn more about your character because I trust. Look at the millions of examples that he's outlined in the Bible in our own lives that point to him knowing what's best for us. But oftentimes we love to lead ourselves astray. So keep trusting in the Lord, keep surrendering these things to him. And I hope this word came in a timely manner. I know that last week I needed this lesson the most. And throughout this journey, it's really a moment where I can self-reflect and look back that this realization and being able to humble myself and to know that his strength is found perfect in my weakness has been the catalyst to bring me from, in a cycle of sin, all that stuff, like in a cycle of sin, anxiety and suffering. And man, those are not good spirits to really living for him, to being fulfilled in his presence, to knowing that the Lord is my shepherd and that I shall not want. I could truly say that when you're in his presence, when you're waiting on him and you have nothing else but him, but his light, but his hope, you have everything. So I hope this encouraged you because it would have encouraged me last week. As you guys know, I'm starting to revive the Discord community that a few of you may remember from a few months ago. I really feel called to relaunch it. We're gaining a lot of traction on the YouTube channel. So I don't really have any plans for it. There's still some work to be done to make it more active, but I'd love to see you guys in there. I don't want to just, have this one-way convo with you. I want to connect with you guys and get closer to the Lord together. Let's go. So I hope this message could encourage you. See you in the community, and God bless you. See you in the next one.